Guys, it's Mark here and welcome back to Digi Profits. And in today's video we're going to have a look at a critical moment in Bitcoin and in Ethereum and all of crypto for that matter right now. So I'm going to just go have a look at some charts at the moment. It's arguable that Ethereum is pulling the market up because of the upcoming merge, and not to forget that Ethereum is still around about 20% of all of crypto, so it's got about half the dominance Bitcoin does, but it still has the power to pull Bitcoin up and down with it when it makes big moves, and with it all the altcoins, due to all the liquidity pools that have Ethereum, Bitcoin and each other, they all swing up and down together at many times, not obviously the entire time, but certainly at many moments throughout crypto. So why is this such a critical moment? Well, at least from a technical analysis standpoint, we're looking at Bitcoin is reaching the downtrend line right here. It's reached it, it's hit it, it's bounced off it. Okay, so not to forget that it's also around about its 200-week moving average, but we're not looking at that just now. So relatively predictably, it has tested it, and it's been rejected off it. That's not to say it won't break through, but it's not an easy thing because the market is weakening in strength. I mean, we look at now this divergence going on between the money flow index, which has been dropping, while the price, and when I say it's dropping, not just this short period here, but if I just zoom in on this, it has been, the peaks have been dropping, and dropping. The peaks have been going down the whole time, okay? Yes, just in recent times, the bottoms have been going up, but the peaks have still been going down, okay? So we're not out of the woods yet. And these peaks are going down, indicating we are still in a downtrend until we can break out of this. And at the moment, there's that possibility we could break back down through there. And also looking at the true strength indicator, which is another reasonably good predictor as well of the trend that you're in. These peaks are going down, and we've hit the peak here. And another little critical moment, are we going to just curve over here? It looks like it's curving, because generally when the purple part here curves first, then the average, like the moving average, that's what we're really looking at, is the red one there, that tends to follow straight after, and that looks like it's curving over at this moment, which means that we're about to have another downward action, at least from one indicator. That's not guaranteed that means that that's exactly what will play out. It's just that more often than not, that's what plays out. So it doesn't mean it's going to be a massive leg down. It could just be a little retest back to the trend line that we are on before breaking out, or it could be another retest of a lower level. So it just pays to be safe and be patient if you are dollar cost averaging in. But that's just looking at Bitcoin. What about over on Ethereum? So over on Ethereum, we've been having divergence going on. Looked at that in a previous video, where generally when the tops are going down and yet the price is going up, you end up with a downward movement. Here it happened again, boom, downward movement, there, boom, downward movement, and it's been happening many times. At other stages, boom, downward movement. And what have we got right now? In fact, even just before, we had boom, downward eventually after that divergence. And right now, the relative strength is going down, yet the price was constantly going up, but it was from relatively few buyers. It's not like there was a lot of separate buyers. A lot of people were just buying in with more and more, trying to force that price up, trying to liquidate those shorts. So now there are a lot less people shorting the market, but now it seems to be a lot of lack of strength around the $1,800 mark. So it's fallen from about $1,800 now down to $1,679 the last couple of days. And it remains to be seen whether that plays out. But that looks, at this moment, likely to have another movement down. But will we retest the next trend line? I mean, at the moment, we're just bouncing off or about to hit that 100-day moving average again. We haven't gone up to the 200-day yet like we did over here. So there's a lot of work to do to end up going into, mooning off. And I get that from the technical news point of view. Like, we've got the merge coming up. and it's kind of like a triple halvening in some ways, because the supply is going to decrease so much after this, due to the fact that the miners can't mine it in the same way and so forth. There's a lot of things will change, but how much of that is already priced in, and how much of that's going to come after another bounce first? So for some of you, if you're going to hold on for a long time, this still may be a good time to get in, even if we dropped all the way down to half this price and then back up. Hold on for long enough. It's still, it's not like you're buying at the all-time high. However, we all like to get best pricing that we can, so it pays to dollar cost average. All right, so looking at the trend line, we're about to hit, or have hit, the downtrend line from back in March, April. About to hit that trend line. We'd hit it, we bounced back down, but as we saw, we did keep fighting against it on the way down. It wasn't a big bang down. It was almost like fight against before the bang down, and then we hung underneath it for a bit, underneath the next trend line down, right from going back to November. So that trend line, that could form support this time. It might hit there, bounce off that as support, and go back off. We could end up with one more leg down like that, another wick down, and then accumulation phase. One thing though, I must say about pretty much all moments other than the COVID moment here, but the end of all bear markets has always been a flat phase. Okay, a boring phase, where regular people got bored out of the market first before we went on our merry way. So generally that happens. You end up with that long boring phase. You can see it more over on Bitcoin's probably better for that. So if we look at the last end of the bear market, and I'm not counting because if COVID didn't come, we don't know how far that would have gone down. Maybe it would have gone down slower. That was a black swan event. But what really happened was you had the market went down, long boring phase, then your final wipeout, and then it was straight across again. So, you have the straight across time where it's not doing much for, good 3-4 months. And it wasn't doing much here before the last bang down. So you got this flat across phase where it's not doing much for months, and then bang, and then straight across, not doing much, and then you start, you have your first move down and up, you start your patterns. Basically, like you got your first accumulation phase there, your second one in between quite a wide range, and then you're off. So it could take a long time before there's another massive bull run, and there could be bull and bearish mini periods throughout. It could get choppy, so it's definitely not an easy time. But I just don't want people to be FOMOing in right now. You can totally take a position if you want to, but I wouldn't go all in on anything at this present moment. And if you're looking for shorting opportunities, the best ones are generally when, at the moment, if you're going to test a short, I would be thinking along the lines of like here, like at the top line here, like we bang into this downtrend line. You could short from there. You could decide, no, I'm only going to short if we start testing the low from up here. So that would be about 26.5. If we get through to there, then that's a shorting opportunity. Obviously, if you push through to 27 or something like that, then you'd probably be looking to exit out if you're short. So you just, make it be a small position, but potentially a big upside. But if you're not going short, if you're going long, then, there's not enough indications to say that this is a good time to buy. You would have been thinking about buying here, or here, around these sort of areas when we were low here, low on the money flow, low on the true strength, low on the amount of people purchasing at that point. There was a lot of different reasons why, and not too long after the big spike down. Okay, so just something to keep in mind. So anyway, it's critical right now because we could potentially break through this line, and if we use this support and then go up, then chances are we'll go up and retest, the 2600, and then followed by the $2,800 level, which is more of a line, that can be used as support or heavy resistance around that line. And it's heavy here in terms of support, way back here as well. So it's historically quite That's quite a big price barrier to get back above 30k and keep it. Anyway, it looks at the moment like there's a little bit of air being let out of the tire, so to speak. I mean, I'd be expecting it's more likely to have another, maybe it may or may not have a leg down lower than this, although I'm just saying it's likely that we have a little bit of downtime first before things go up again. But that's not a guarantee, of course. Just stay safe. Be careful with what you're doing with your buying. Look at the charts a little more than just the news, because often the news has been priced in by the time it comes out. So it's just something to bear in mind also. And also looking at what the whales are doing. A lot of whales are selling now their Ethereum. So some of the whales were buying the Ethereum when it was lower, and now they're selling, and its retail is starting to buy in on Ethereum at the moment, keeping that price up. But that might end up in a thing like this going on, where you had the whales buying, and then we had retail finally getting in, DCAing in, and then bang, it went down. And then the whales are buying again, and then obviously we've had issues also with Celsius and Luna and stuff like that causing these downs as well. It's not just because of it's not solely because of whales actions and stuff, but it's just something to bear in mind. I mean, why are a lot of them taking profits right now? Well, because they feel like there's a better than even chance that we're going to have at least another moment where things are lower, so that they can own more at that point. Okay, so I hope all of this makes sense. I was just bringing to mind a couple of different things. We do have the CPI reading about to come out. People are expecting that it's going to be lower, and if inflation is lower, that will be bullish. It could cause, that could be the way that we break through, is if that inflation reading is low. But if that inflation reading is higher than expected, then I would expect that there would be a negative reaction to that. So that's coming out on Wednesday, I think, from memory. So not far away. Okay, so anyway, that's it for this particular video. Make sure to like the video if you like my content, subscribe to the channel, and I will be bringing you a lot more stuff on a lot of digital profit topics, whether that be crypto, affiliate marketing, Kindle, membership sites, making and selling your own info products, drop shipping, all sorts of stuff that I do online and have done for the last 2 decades. And I like to share with you guys just stuff that works, and what my thoughts are on that, so that a lot of you guys can add either a huge amount to what you're already earning, or add a passive side hustle or something like that to get ahead in today's market. All right, so anyway, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now, everybody.